I bought a whole life insurance policy because the company was paying a 6% dividend. But when I look at the cash value, I'm not earning 6%. You ever feel like that? Or have you ever looked at a policy and you're saying, okay, the company tells me their dividend rate is 6%, but when I look at the actual cash value growth, it's not even close. Like, what is going on? Why is it such a mystery to know what the actual returns are on a policy? And when I ask questions about it, I get this half an hour long answer and I'm just confused. You may have felt like that. Perhaps you haven't. When it comes to dividends on a life insurance policy, this does happen quite a bit in the life insurance industry, specifically around the topic. If I have a dividend of 6%, 5%, maybe it's just a guaranteed rate of 4%, I see that rate, but when I look at my cash value, again, that's not what I'm actually earning. Well, the reason why is it is a life insurance policy. I am purchasing life insurance even when we minimize the insurance expenses as much as we possibly can. So, for example, if I have a policy with a 6% dividend rate, what is important to be aware of here is that that 6% dividend rate is a rate credited after the policy's insurance expenses and mortality charges. Basically what that means is the dividend rate is a gross rate that's credited after all of the insurance expenses. So what I want to look at is just the net performance of a policy. So up on the screen, we see an example of an individual that purchased a policy from a company that has a 6% dividend rate. And we see year over year, the gross dividend that is applied to the policy, but then you see the net performance. You see what he's earning each year. That's under the annual IRR, that stands for internal rate of return column. Each year, what is he earning? So a quick example with the annual IRR, if you earned 30% in the S&P 500 last year, you would say, hey, last year I did 30% in the market. If you looked at the past 30 years of the market, you would state what? I averaged out 8% over the past 30 years. So as we move our eyes to the next column, the average internal rate of return, this displays what your average growth rate is over the life of the policy. So you've got the dividend rate, then the annual, the year-to-year performance, and then the average performance, which really factors in the early years of a policy. We always reduce that hit as much as we possibly can by reducing insurance expenses, which cuts commissions down to an absolute minimum. That's what we're doing there to try and optimize the cash value growth of a policy. But with everything factored in, what happens no matter what? It's still a gross rate, that dividend rate. After the company's insurance expenses and mortality charges, the life insurance product I'm purchasing, even if I say I don't care about the death benefit at all, I still have the life insurance component. So what I want to look at, if I just want the simple answer is, okay, I'm paying this money into a policy. What's my cash value growing by? I don't care about the dividend rate necessarily, just what's the net performance? The internal rate of return, annual and average, will shed some light on that. That's based off of the present dividend rate. You can always run a conservative dividend rate or the guarantees as well to get a worst case scenario picture of what everything would look like. But overall, we just want to look at the internal rate of return if our focus is cash value, and we want to understand just what's the net rate it's growing by. Don't give me a big long story about the dividend and how it works. Just tell me what it's growing by so I can see it and then make a decision on whether this is for me or not. So as always, I hope this helps. Let us know if you'd like to see any samples, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, Steve Parisi here. If you enjoyed the content you just saw, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for future videos. If you'd like more information or to see some custom policies for yourself, feel free to call or email our offices at the contact information below.